Missouri Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft says he plans to put the U.S. Supreme Court on notice. If the High Court allows Colorado and Maine to disqualify President Trump from the ballot for insurrection, he could remove President Biden from the Missouri ballot for his immigration policies. Ashcroft sat down one-on-one with our political editor Mark Maxwell is here with more of that interview. Mark?
Yeah, Mike, parts of that interview were contradictory. On one hand, Jay Ashcroft says secretaries of state should be condemned for taking this action. On the other, he says he's prepared to do it himself if the court finds President Trump engaged in insurrection. If you follow through on this threat and boot President Biden from the ballot, would you be doing so because the Constitution compels you or in pursuit of some political payback?
No, if I do anything with regard to my official offices, it's because of what the law says. And what I have said in that tweet is that what Maine and Colorado did was terrible. It, I believe, is not following the law, and that the Supreme Court needs to come in quickly and stop that from happening.
You've already applied this same thing to President Biden. You've already said he's potentially committed an act of insurrection because he's, quote, in your words, let an invasion unstopped into our country from the border. So you're already applying the same standard to President Biden.
What I have said is that individuals have said that what President Biden has done at the border is rebellion or insurrection. I have made no final determination. I think that what was done in Colorado and what was done in Maine was wrong. I do not think secretaries of state should make these decisions.
You're sort of making the argument right now that two wrongs make a right. It's like saying, well, the other side is wrong.
Let me just
finish the question. You're saying if the other side, if I can finish the question. The Supreme Court
says it's the rule of the land.
It sounds to me like you're saying if the other side rips the Constitution halfway, well, you have no choice. You don't want to do it, but you're going to pick up the Constitution and rip the rest of the page.
That would be true if I said I'm doing it right now. What I said was we need the Supreme Court to step in and stop this.
Do you agree right now that President Biden has committed an act of insurrection by lax policy at the border?
I believe that under the law, as I understand it right now, that is not a determination for me to make, and I don't want to make that determination, but that is up to the United States Supreme Court to make sure that everyone plays by the same rules.
Ashcroft's argument really comes down to timing here. The Senate initially said it didn't have enough time to try Trump and convict him on those impeachment charges. Now the criminal courts may be running out of time to put Trump on trial and convict him before the next election. That whole exchange with Secretary of State Ashcroft is up on our website under the Politics tab.